So if there's one question I get asked over and over, it's what type of accessories that I use for my X5. So if you just picked up your X5 360 camera and looking to get some new goodies to hopefully make your videos look better, or maybe you're already in the process of buying the X5, then which bundle should you get and why? In today's video, I want to break down the accessories I think you should buy and shouldn't buy. Because if there's one company that sells a lot of accessories, I mean a lot of accessories, it's Insta360. So first, let's start with the accessories that I use the most and that I think elevates my videos. The first one is obviously a selfie stick. So because the X5 is a 360 camera and captures videos from the two lenses here, everything in between the two lenses will be invisible. So that's the camera body itself and whatever accessory you mount to the bottom, like a selfie stick. So a selfie stick is a must-have, and if you can, the best bundle to start with is the starter bundle, which includes the X5, a 114 centimeter selfie stick, and one extra battery. So you basically have everything you need for 90% of your time. And if you have one of these small tripod feeds laying around, I'm using the one from the Pocket 3, you can just put this underneath the selfie stick and you also have a self-standing tripod, and this will probably cover 99% of your use cases. However, there is some additional accessories and selfie sticks that makes a difference. So out of all the selfie sticks that Insta360 sells, I mean, they do have a lot of selfie sticks. And just to make it a little bit easier or worse, it doesn't really have to be a selfie stick from Insta360. You can use any selfie stick as long as it has the same size as what we define as a selfie stick and that it stays in between the two lenses of the camera. So if you already have one laying at home, you can skip the selfie stick bundle and maybe add a few extra batteries as well. However, the selfie sticks that I use on a daily basis and for traveling are all made by Insta360. The main one is called Action Invisible Selfie Stick and is made out of carbon fiber, which makes it super lightweight and comfortable to use both below and above water, with a max extended length of 1 meter and 28 centimeters when retracted. And I think this is the perfect selfie stick, and I'm not only using this with the X5, but I'm also using it with other cameras as well. And to me, this has been the best purchase out of all selfie sticks I've bought, and I use this, like I said, with other cameras. The only thing I have to do is to just get one of these adapters and mount on the selfie stick, and then use the one of these other mounts that follows the Ace Pro 2, for example, the Go 3S, the Action 5, and then just mount that on top of the selfie stick. And I have a perfect setup, and that also means I only have to carry around one selfie stick. So this is a versatile, lightweight selfie stick, which, like I said, it's perfect underwater as well if you do a lot of underwater snorkeling or free diving or diving. So if I could recommend one selfie stick, this would be the one. Unless you want to add some additional spectacular shots or some fake drone shots, which is where I use the Insta360 extended selfie stick, or the 3-meter selfie stick as I call it. And this is one of my most used accessories all the way back to the X3, so X3, X4, and now X5 as well. And this is a must-have accessory if you ask me. Just take a look at these shots right here, which I captured by using only the camera and only the 3-meter selfie stick. So this selfie stick goes from 36 centimeters when it's retracted all the way up to 3 meter fully extended, and has helped me capture aerial videos where I couldn't fly my drones, which is also a reason to get a 360 camera. You can capture fake drone shots everywhere, anywhere, and there's no one that will complain or give you a fine for doing something illegal. I also have a video on this topic and the reason you might not like the X5, so make sure, yeah, you heard me right, might not like the X5, so make sure to check out that video down below after this one. Now, Insta360 does also sell a lot of these foldable selfie sticks now, which makes it easier to put in your pocket. It's still gonna be a bit bulky when you put it in your pocket. And I'm not gonna lie, unless you need to put your camera down quite often to capture videos, I wouldn't buy any of these. I already have 2 of them, which I haven't used a single time and never will. And I think if what you have works, there's no reason to change it. However, these are quite cheap though, which is the positive side of it. So I'm not saying don't buy it to test it out, but for me, I would never use something like this. I think it's too bulky to carry around, even in my pocket. And I think the absolute best way is to use either of my 2 recommended selfie sticks. And if you're going on a city walk, beach walk, or anything like that, and you need something pocket friendly, then either hold the camera just in your hand if you're not going to be in the frame, or get the shortest selfie stick and use the included pouch here to protect your camera. This will also allow you to carry around a cleaning cloth inside the pouch, or you can just use the inside of the pouch to gently swipe the lenses for fingerprints, sunscreen, or water droplets. Now let's move over to some accessories that makes it easier to capture videos. So this is my list of accessories I use to capture videos with my X5. Even though I have almost every single 360 camera accessories, there's only a handful I think it's worth buying. Number 1 is extra battery. Number 2 is a POV mount. Number 3 is the monkey tail. Number 4 is the heavy duty clamp. Number 5 is a lens replacement kit. And number 6, a vertical mount for motovlogging, and this only applies for motovlogging most of the time, or where you wear a helmet, I would say. And number 7, the mic air. So for the extra batteries, this is something you need with all your cameras. All the cameras you buy, 1 battery is just not enough, especially with a 360 camera. So Insta360 has this new ultra battery now with 2800 milliamp hour versus the 2400 on the standard battery. So you'll get about 17% longer battery life, give or take. And it really depends on your style, resolution, environment, and features you use, and so on. So the ultra battery versus the standard battery, to me, doesn't really matter which one you get really. The most important part is to get a few extra batteries, because the 360 videos are really fun. So when the battery runs out, it's guaranteed that you wish you had more every single time. Now, it's not only regular action cameras that can capture POV shots. I do this with my X5 as well, and in some cases I think the X5 does a better job. So for this you could use a POV mount. The one I use is an old one that I bought from GoPro for my GoPro 8 I think, or GoPro 9, but Insta360 also has one of these. So when I use a POV mount, I'm able to capture these amazing hands-free POV shots, and by doing this in 360 mode, I get a super wide field of view and also the option to change perspective just from a POV standpoint. Now, when it comes to accessories I never thought I would use as much, we have the monkey tail. This is basically a flexible twist mount that I can twist around anything. And I always use this on vacation to capture videos from, let's say, this balcony here, for example, where I just twisted this around the fence, mounted the camera, and pressed record. So this is a really useful accessory. Next one up is the heavy duty clamp. This is my go-to accessory when I need the camera to sit super tight, like on a motorcycle, a boat, or when I use the 3-meter selfie stick to capture a time lapse and the placement is a bit tricky. Then this clamp will keep everything secure and stable even when the selfie stick is fully extended to 3 meters. And talking about motovlogging, or it doesn't have to be motovlogging, but for me, this is probably the only way I could damage the X5. So A set of these lens repair kits is highly recommended no matter activity or how you use the X5. When it first happens, you crack the lens and you don't have a way to replace the lens. If this happens on a trail deep into the forest, your only option would be to capture videos in single lens mode, unless you cracked both lenses, which makes the camera useless. So just having one of these lens repair kits will take away all the stress when you're out doing your stuff, and if it should happen, you can just replace the lens yourself and then move on with your shooting. It's like insurance. You pay for it and most people never use it, but when something happens, you'll be glad you paid for the insurance, right? And this is more or less the same with these repair kits. Now moving over to helmets. When it comes to riding a motorcycle, mountain bike, bicycle, or just having a camera mounted to your helmet, a vertical mount is needed. I tried multiple angles without it and it's just not comfortable, but this allows you to mount the camera sideways on your helmet while still being able to choose a vertical or horizontal shooting modes. Just because the camera is sideways doesn't mean it automatically records vertical videos. You can still choose between vertical and horizontal. So you can easily get a POV shot like this from your helmet and then put it on your handlebar and then use it as a dash cam or get a video of you as a rider. And the good thing is that when you're done, you can decide if you want this to be vertical or horizontal by simply pressing a button inside the Studio app or the mobile app. Of course, another option is also to use a chest harness, but personally, I think this is a bit uncomfortable and it just doesn't sit right on my body. So I prefer to use a vertical mount instead of having this harness sliding up and down as I ride. The last one and the most hated accessory is the Insta360 Mic Air. It seems like if it's not made by DJI, people will hate it, regardless of being good or bad. But personally, I quite like the Mic Air and I think it's good to have competition, and I think the Mic Air sounds really good, which is why I use it. I'm not going to put this as a must-have accessory or an accessory you shouldn't buy, but rather an accessory that you might want to look into if you're doing vlogs or need to capture better audio. So most of my X5 travel videos does not include audio, for example. So for traveling, I don't really need a proper microphone. When I do motovlogs or vlogs, then I would need a proper microphone, and that's when I use the Mic Air when I use Insta360 products.
Currently using the Mic Mini now from DJI. How does this compare to the new microphone from Insta360 when we switch over to that? So I now change over to the microphone from Insta360, the Mic Air. How does this sound in comparison to the Mic Mini from DJI? So which one do you like better? Is it the Mic Mini or is it the Mic Air from Insta360?
So it's not a must-have accessory, but something you might want to look into if you plan on capturing better audio in the future and you already have an Insta360 product like the X5 or the Ace Pro 2. Now, the last essential accessory you need is a micro SD card. Otherwise, you won't be able to capture your videos. And I've been using so many different cards, and when it comes to Insta360, I've found SanDisk and Insta360's own SD card to be the most reliable. And I wouldn't go lower than 256 gigabytes. 512 will be the sweet spot if you ask me, because it's always better to have a little bit more than what you need, instead of finding yourself deleting clips just to capture a new one. But I'll leave a link to the ones I'm using down in the description below, just to make sure you get the right one. So yeah, these are all the accessories that I think you should buy, and the accessories that actually matters and will make a difference to what you'll be able to capture, and everything else you shouldn't buy. Though when it comes to this, this is just my personal list and my personal opinion and the way that I use this. We all have different needs and opinions and requirements, I would say. And if you're watching this and you do mountain biking, surfing, snowboarding, skateboarding, car videos, and so on, my accessory list will be completely different to yours. There's no right or wrong when it comes to accessories, and I bought so many accessories over the years, things I thought, oh, this looks cool, I might need that, and then basically never use it. So I really hope that this guideline to what I use and how I use the different accessories could help you make a better and hopefully cheaper buying decision, because you might do a lot of the same things as I do, which means you don't need any more accessories than what I've shown you in today's video. And let's say if you just want to capture your vacation, maybe the starter bundle and include the 2-in-1 small tripod stick as well, so you have the ability to set it down to capture a time lapse or something like that. And if you want to go diving, then you would get the dive case as well, obviously. Otherwise your 360 videos won't look good at all, even if the camera is waterproof down to 15 meters. So a dive case is basically required in order to stitch the 360 videos together. Otherwise, you'll just see the split between the two lenses. But these are the accessories I use on a daily basis here at home and when I'm out traveling. Which accessories are your favorite accessories for the X5 or the X4? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you don't mind, let me know and let everyone else know why you prefer these accessories. Maybe it will open some ideas for other people as well. I think I'm gonna wrap up that video right there. I don't have, my voice is almost gone now. Links to everything will be down in the description, including some useful videos about the X5. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon so you can see my top settings and how to improve your X5 videos, which is coming soon. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.